and welcome back to the Graceful Tangle YouTube channel. I'm Amy Kate, a young but passionate knitter and crocheter. You can find all of the links to my various social media platforms in the description box below, so be sure to check those out. And also, please subscribe to my channel and don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you can know each and every time I upload a video. Alrighty guys, are you ready to crochet something that is going to keep you so warm and cozy during these upcoming chilly winter months? I am so excited to be finally releasing the Monochrome pocket scarf. This is what it looks like. So it is basically a big crocheted rectangle, and then you work a single crochet border around the entire rectangle to form these awesome pockets. So here is what they look like when I stand up. So fun. They are so deep, so they really keep you warm. The scarf is super wide so that it keeps your neck warm, but then because of the drape, it stretches just a little bit to kind of look a little bit nicer, but still keep you so warm. So, absolutely love this pattern. I am so excited that it is finally out to you guys. I am about to show you a little tutorial on how to actually crochet this scarf and form the pockets on a little mini version that I made. But first, let me just show you the yarn that I used. So, I used Knit Picks Wonder Fluff, and I'm going to grab a skein right here. It looks like this. It is the fluffiest, lightest, squishiest yarn I have ever crocheted with, and it is just amazing. I cannot wait to make it again, or to use it again, and yeah, absolutely love it. So this is a bulky weight yarn. It is, let me see if I can find the content, 70% baby alpaca, 23% nylon, 7% merino wool. So that alpaca and wool really helps to keep you warm and to insulate that heat. But then the nylon will help it be durable and last all winter long and for future winters. So I'm really excited about this pattern. Let's go ahead and jump into the tutorial. Hey guys, so as I mentioned earlier, the construction of this scarf is super simple. We're going to make a big long rectangle and then fold some portion of it up to form the pockets and add a crochet border all the way around to seam the pockets. So we're going to start off by making the big long rectangle. I am just going to be using some scrap yarn. This is some Knit Picks Wool of the Andes. I wanted to use this yarn instead of Wonder Fluff because I wanted to make sure that you would be able to see the stitches. So Wonder Fluff is super easy to work with. I love it so much. It is absolutely amazing for this project. But I wanted to be sure to know that you guys were going to be able to see what I'm doing. And because of the fuzziness of Wonder Fluff, that could be a little bit hard. So I'm going to start off, and I'm going to be making a mini version. But just know that it's the same instructions for mini versus large version if you're following the pattern. So I'm going to start off by chaining. You're going to chain a different amount, but I'm going to do a foundation chain, and I'm going to show you how to do that. And I'm going to do 13 instead of the recommended number. So I'm going to chain 2, and in the second chain from the hook, I'm going to insert my hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1 loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Alrighty, so after you pull through those 2 loops, you're going to insert your hook into the base of that single crochet that you just made, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1 loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So basically what this is doing is creating our foundation chain and our first single crochet row at the same time. So if you think that this is a little bit too complicated, or if you don't want to do this method, that's totally okay. You can just chain the amount that the pattern tells you to, and then single crochet in each stitch across. So I'm going to repeat these 2 steps a few more times to get the width that I am going to make for this tutorial, and I will meet you back here. so I have chained the amount of stitches that I want to chain for this specific sample. Again, yours is going to be much wider than mine, but for the sake of this video, I'm just going to make a mini version. Okay, so now for the next row, you're going to chain 1 and turn. And this is going to start our 1 row repeat. So it's super duper simple. We're going to single crochet in the first stitch, chain 1, skip 1, and single crochet in the next stitch. Then we're going to chain 1, skip 1, single crochet in the next stitch. And we're going to do that all the way across. Oh, I didn't skip one though. Okay, for the next row, we are going to chain 1 and turn. Now, working into this second row, we are going to skip this first single crochet stitch, and we're going to single crochet in that chain 1 space. And now we're going to chain 1, skip that previous single crochet in the next chain 1 space. And we're going to do that all the way across until we have 1 stitch remaining. Okay, so I'm down to my last single crochet stitch, and now I'm going to chain 1 and single crochet into that stitch. Just like so. And now I'm going to chain 1 and turn, single crochet in that first chain 1 space, chain 1, skip 1, single crochet in the next, chain 1, skip 1, single crochet in the next, and so on. So you're going to repeat this row until your scarf is as long as you want it to be. So I have a specific number in the pattern, so if you want to just follow along, you can totally do that. But if you want to customize the length, you simply just do less rows than the pattern calls for. Now, I'm going to talk for just a second about this actual scarf, just so that I can kind of help you visualize. So what we are doing right now, we've started way up here. And so we are forming the pocket by just making this big, long rectangle. You can add stripes if you want, and those instructions are included in the pattern. And then after we finish our big rectangle, we are going to seam it and form the pockets. So I am going to repeat this past row a few more times until I have a little rectangle, and then I'm going to come back and show you how to single crochet around the entire thing so that we can form the pockets. So I will be back in just a second. Okay, so I have now finished this little mini scarf. It actually looks quite hilarious, if I do say so myself. So now all we are going to do is cut this yarn, and then I'm going to show you how to single crochet around this entire piece and form our pockets. So this is where it gets really fun, you guys. Okay, so I'm going to start off by cutting this strand, and I'm going to bring in my contrasting color. And you can join it to any space on the scarf. Now, my recommendation is to join it to where you're going to seam the pockets. So in the pattern, you will have been told to put a stitch marker on a certain row. If I remember correctly, it was row 50. And you're going to put a stitch marker on each side so that you know how much to fold. Because that kind of, it secures those two sides, and it just gives us a better example on what it's going to look like. So I am going to make my pockets about this deep. So I'm folding them up just like this, and I'm going to join my yarn to the last stitch of my chain and that row. So you can see that that is just joining those two pieces together. And then we're going to pull through our yarn and chain one to secure. So just chain one. There we go. Now we're going to single crochet one stitch in each row. So what I mean by that is each row, here's a row, here's a row, here's a row, is going to be treated as one stitch when we're working up the side. So I'm going to work a single crochet in that stitch that I just joined my yarn into, and then I'm going to move on to the next row and work my stitch in there. Now I'm working through both layers right now, just like this, so that I can form my pockets. One stitch in each row. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to work around my corner. So I'm going to insert my hook into the corner, and I'm going to work 2 to 3 single crochets. So it kind of depends on what you think looks best. If you think 2 is fine and rounds that corner nicely, then you can leave it like that. If you want to do 3, you can do 3. I'm going to leave it at 2 because I think that looks great. And now I'm going to start working along this bottom edge. So you can see that here is the row. That is my bottom. And so I'm going to work all of my stitches into this row. You want to be sure to stay in one row, because if you don't, your pocket will be slanted, and we don't want that. So I'm going to insert my hook into this stitch right here and do a single crochet, and then this stitch and this stitch all the way across. Okay, and back to the corner. I'm going to do 2 single crochets, and then I'm going to work all the way up the side again through both layers. Oop. There we go. Oh, I split my yarn there, didn't I? Again, we're continuing to work through both layers. Okay, so now I'm on my last stitch. I'm going to insert my hook and insert it into this row. And if you place those markers, it'll be the row with the marker. So you can keep that in mind. And there is our pocket. How fun is that? This is actually so cute, so tiny. I think I'm going to have to give this to my sister for her doll. Isn't that adorable? Okay. So now, all you have to do is single crochet up the side, placing 1 single crochet in each row until you are ready to start your next pocket. Again, if you place those markers, then you'll stop once you get to that marker. So I'm going to work all the way up here, placing 1 single crochet in each row. And I did not place a marker on my scarf, so I am actually just going to count back once I work a couple more stitches and make sure that I'm in the right spot. So if I go back down here, I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows. So I'm going to count 6 up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fold that in half. And there we go. So I actually missed it just a little bit, didn't I? So here is my pocket. And I have worked just a little bit past that. So I'm just going to take out 2 stitches. And there we go. So that's how you can fix it if you do mess up a little bit. This is a very forgiving pattern. So just pay attention and take your time, and you'll do just fine. So now I'm working through both layers again to form my second pocket. And I'm at the corner, so I'm going to work 2 single crochets into that. And then I'm going to work into this row here at the edge, just like that. And I'm back at the corner. Obviously, yours is going to be much bigger than mine, so you probably won't get to the corner in just 4 stitches, but that's okay. You can always pause the video and backtrack. Okay, now I'm working back up the other side. And in that last stitch, and there we go. So now all I have to do is go up the middle again, placing 1 single crochet in each row until you get back to that very first single crochet that you made. Okay, and I wonder if y'all saw that. My yarn ball is a little bit tight, so it just completely flew in front of the camera. Okay, so I have made it all the way to my very first single crochet, and now I am just going to slip stitch. So we basically did 1 crochet round. We go all the way around the entire scarf, and now it looks polished and finished. We can see our pockets. So I'm just going to cut this yarn right here. And there we go. So I hope this little tutorial was helpful for you. Of course, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me. I want to help you guys out as much as I possibly can. So I hope that little tutorial was helpful for you guys. Of course, like I said at the end there, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to comment down below, email me, or contact me on any of my other social media platforms. I want to help you guys out as much as I possibly can. Of course, you can find this pattern in my Etsy and Ravelry shops, which will be linked below. And for a very limited time only, you can download this pattern for free using the code SCARF. So I wanted to keep it super simple. I actually thought about making a little special coupon code Monochrome, but then I didn't want it to get too complicated with the spelling. So we're going to keep it simple, and you can spell scarf. So I am super, super excited and grateful that this pattern is out to you guys. I've been wanting to design a pocket scarf for quite a while now, and I kind of just wanted to figure out how to put my own little unique twist on it, and I think I did that, and I'm really excited about it. So I hope you guys love it as much as I do. Please don't forget to check it out on Ravelry and Etsy. Follow me on my other social media platforms, and of course, subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. Thank you so very much for watching, and I will see you all again next time. Bye.